Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a review and show you how to use this Aeropress coffee maker. So this coffee maker, I've been really hesitant about reviewing. I just didn't know a lot about it, but a lot of people have been asking me to review it, so it took me a while. I'm very glad I did. I am absolutely shocked how good a coffee this makes. Now, in my opinion, it makes like an espresso shot that you can dilute with water and make a good coffee or a cappuccino, but I was just so impressed with this thing. Again, looking at it, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to figure it out. I read the directions once. The directions aren't super clear on kind of how much coffee to add and things, so I was really hesitant on this review. But I've been using it, and I'm blown away by it. It absolutely works really well. It retails for $40. So I'm going to be using the OXO kettle for the hot water, and I got my KitchenAid grinder. I'm going to grind some fresh coffee for it. Okay, so first thing, you will need a mug to place this on top of. A sturdy mug, because you're going to be pressing that plunger down. So the mug, that opening has to fit in about 2 3/4, but the ledges are right about 4 1/4. So this mug is right under 4, and it fits just right. So here's everything that comes with it. The scoop. Now the scoop holds about 3 tablespoons of ground coffee. You've got the stirrer, got a funnel. Here's the paper filters. They're very thin. Make sure you grab one. We've got the plunger. You're going to take the plunger out. You're going to put the coffee here. But first, we got to put the paper filter. So this is just quarter turn. Comes right off. Grab one paper filter. Put it right there. And then that's very easy. You'll see the paper filter right there. So it does come with a nice manual. It says you can brew it hot or cold. I'm going to be using hot water. They want the water at 175 degrees. Okay, so now let's talk about coffee. I'm going to grind my coffee. It says it should be between drip, which is kind of like a medium grind, and espresso. You don't want all the way over to espresso. It could take a long time to put the plunger down. So I've got it right in the between there. You can see there's what it looks like. You can use regular drip coffee maker, but I do find that if it's ground just a little bit finer, it does taste a little bit richer. Okay, so now we got these markings along the side. This is how much you're going to fill it up with water, depending on how many scoops you put in. So if you put 4 scoops, you're going to fill it all the way up to the 4 mark with water. But we always put our coffee in first. So here's the big scoop. I'm going to grab the coffee, put it in there. It does come with this nice funnel. I found that I don't need the funnel as much as I thought I would. There's 2, 3. It's got a nice scoop. So 4. Okay, so we take the funnel off. Now it says to kind of make it even, just kind of move it back and forth, make it nice and even. So we can see that filled it up to almost right below the 2 line. Now I'm going to add water all the way to the 4 line. Now if I had only put 1 scoop in, I would add water up to the 1 line when I'm adding. But you always add the coffee first, then the water. 2, 3, and 4 accordingly. Now here's the plunger. This is what we're going to be pushing down after we put the water in. Once in a while, you will have to take this part off and clean it, but everything cleans up very easily. Okay, so we're to the point now where we're ready. Set it on your mug, and we're going to pour the water, hot water in. Okay, so there are several different techniques. I like to pour it in and get like a little bloom on it first, so just get all the coffee grounds saturated, and to just kind of wait about 3 or 4 seconds, maybe up to 10. Okay, so now I'm going to add the rest of the water. Okay, again, 175. I have found the 175 degree water, it does taste really good. So fill it up to the 4 mark now. And now it says you need to stir. This is the stirrer, and it works really well. You need to stir it for 10 seconds. It fits in there really nice. Just kind of start. You're eventually going to move the stirrer all the way down to the bottom to make sure you get the water all the way down into those coffee grounds. And again, you don't stir it for a super long time. Okay, I like how it fits. It's going right across the rim. Nice and slow. Getting all the coffee grounds nice and saturated. Be careful, this does get a little hot. You will start to get some coffee coming out the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to take it off. Here's how the coffee looks. Now I'm going to put the plunger in. So this is where the technique's going to come in. You want to take it nice and easy. You don't want to force this. Just kind of rock it back and forth. Now once it starts, I got to push that air pocket through the coffee. So you're going to meet resistance right away because you're compressing air. The coffee is coming out the bottom. Take your time. If you go too fast, it will come up over the plunger. So you just got to take your time. I've got a big, this is 4 scoops. So this is going to take a while. Constant pressure. If you keep constant pressure on it, it is going down. It can take a little bit. Again, don't get in a hurry. It really doesn't take that long, longer than you think. You just got to go nice and easy. And again, if I let up, it's kind of popping back up. So just keep nice pressure on it. Make sure you got a nice sturdy mug. And again, I'm just pressing. You can hear the air coming through it. Okay, now I've got it. I'm starting to get it pretty well compressed all the way. Okay, it is stopped. That's all coffee now. I'm not going to be able to press that anymore. Okay, the plunger's down all the way. Let's take a look at the bottom. There's what that looks like. Now, I consider that an espresso. That is a very concentrated coffee. I can't drink it like that, but I do add, so I've got my kettle. You can add this to a cappuccino or a latte. Now, again, that's a pretty big shot right there. You know, normally, if you're adding it to a cappuccino or latte, I would probably just do 1 or 2 scoops. Now, they call this an Americano. I've got my hot water from the kettle that's still hot. I like to add water to it, almost half. Now, even at that point, that's pretty strong. That's a really, really strong coffee. I still have to add cream and sugar at this point. Let's add just a little bit. Okay, so I've been drinking this. Let's give it a taste again. That's a delicious cup of coffee. Now, it's a very strong cup of coffee, but I have to add the cream and the sugar to help take the bitterness away, because before I added that, when that was just like an espresso, it was very bitter to me. Now, that's just an extremely good cup of coffee. It's not super hot because I was only using 175-degree water, which I think is pretty good. But it's just right. I can start drinking it right now, and it's absolutely a delicious cup of coffee. Okay, so let's go over cleanup. Cleanup is very simple. You're just going to screw this off. There's the filter. We got to take the filter off. The filter did a good job. And then there's like a coffee puck. I just simply press it out. Okay, you got to wipe that part off. There's the coffee puck. Now, it did say all of these parts are dishwasher safe. There's the stir. I got to clean the stir. It got the dirtiest of everything. Okay, so here's how I store mine. I got everything cleaned up. I got the plunger back in. I set that on there. I put the funnel and the tools right there. I don't know if exactly this is how you're supposed to store it, but it seems logical to me. But I'm absolutely blown away by it. Again, this thing, it tastes really good. I can't believe how cleanup was so simple. Normally when French presses, they can be kind of a lot to clean up, but you're left with a coffee puck that's very easy to get rid of. It's not messy. Cleanup was super simple. I could have just wiped off the plunger and I could have made another cup of coffee right away. And I was hesitant about using 175-degree coffee because, like, for other pour overs, you use 200 degrees and you get more of a bigger bloom. The bloom seemed to happen when I was stirring it a little bit. But I thought the 175-degree water made a great cup of coffee. And again, it doesn't make much, but it is a concentrate. To me, that is a very concentrated coffee. So you could definitely, I diluted mine with 50-50 water to that. I could have even gone more, I think. I could have probably refrigerated some of that and then added it later to a cappuccino or latte. The instructions do say that you can go finer and it'll be more of a richer taste, but you'll have to, pushing the plunger down will have to be a lot slower. Yeah, I don't know why I was hesitant. I mean, I thought this thing looked a little gimmicky or something, but it's gotten such really good reviews. A lot of people have bought it, I know, and So I just had to buy it, but then I was hesitant on doing it, but I'm really glad I did. They do make a different version of this, the travel version. It comes with a mug and a little bit different stir and things, but it's the same principle. I do wish the directions were, they made the directions super simple, but I feel like they left just a couple steps out. And then there's another set of directions you got to find over here, brewing tips. I found a lot of good information in the brewing tips. Okay, so there's one thing I haven't tried, and that is brewing it with just a cold brew. So I've got 3 scoops of coffee grounds in here. I've got some water that's not heated that let's try it. Again, I thought, well, how can it brew water cold really quick? Let's try it. Okay, so I got to fill it up to the 3 mark this time since I only put 3 scoops in. Yeah, there's what it looks like. It is dripping. Now let's get the stir, and you're supposed to stir it for 10 seconds. I'm just really impressed with the stir. I'm really impressed with how well it fits in there and what a good job it does. I might be going too fast, but okay. Okay, so let's get the plunger. And then immediately you start getting resistance. So you just got to take your time. Again, just constant pressure. I'm just giving it constant pressure. It's pushing that air. It's pushing the water through the coffee. So one thing I noticed, once all the water goes through the coffee, then the air goes through it a lot easier. So your plunger gets easier. Once the water is all the way through the coffee, now you just got air that you're pushing through the coffee. Okay, so I don't normally drink it like this. Yeah, I can't drink it like that. I gotta make it like an iced coffee. Okay, I got my jar of ice. Let's pour in, again, I would consider this a concentrate. Maybe not even have to use all of it. Let's do some milk. And then let's do some French vanilla. Okay, so let's stir that up. Wow, that tastes really good. It tastes really good. It tastes better than the hot coffee. There's absolutely no bitterness to it. Now the milk and the sugar are what are taking all the bitterness away. But I got the coffee taste. It's not super coffee taste, but it's a really good tasting drink. Wow, I never thought you could brew coffee with cold water using a press. Well, I've got a lot to learn because, again, I just had no idea you could make coffee like this with just regular tap water, coffee grounds, and pressing it through there. Let's see how the puck did. Yeah, let's take this off. There's the filter. And again, cleanup just. So yeah, there's the coffee puck. And see, cleanup is super simple. So I hope this video helps. This has been sitting on my table of things to review, I think, for 3 or 4 months. I don't know why, again, so hesitant. It's absolutely delicious. You don't need a lot. You need a kettle to brew some hot water, but if you don't even have hot water, you could just use regular water. This would be great for camping. You could just use your bottled water and brew yourself a coffee. You gotta have some milk and some sugar, but. So I'll put links to all these products in the description notes. These are mugs, glass mugs, Joy Jolt, Mars tumblers. I just got these for dispensing syrup. They work really good. OXO kettle. Again, I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on the links, the products don't cost you anymore, but I do get a commission from that sale. That will really help me out. I'm doing this full time now. I'm really enjoying it. This was really fun. Again, sometimes these videos can be very intimidating because, you know, if I don't know exactly how to use it, I get really intimidated, but I'm like, no, I got to do it. And I'm very happy that I did it. So again, thanks everybody for your support. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.